Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simf, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, where we interview Filipino startups to know about their stories and innovations. Andi tayo ngayon sa Benilde Hi-Fi TBI in College of St. Benilde in Manila to interview its startup incubators. We have Repamana, Circularity Through Second Chances, and its co-founder and creative director, Dars Huson. Hello Dars, kamusta?
Hello. Good afternoon.
So sa Repamana, by its name, correct me if I'm wrong, it's as in parang ulit, and pamana or
Yes.
parang ipa-inherit, Yeah, but
Mhm.
I'll have you introduce Repamana. So ano nga ba, Dars, ang Repamana?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone. I am Dars. I'm one of the co-founders and creative director of Ripamana. So, what we basically or mainly do is we repurpose discarded hotel textiles into a wide range of items such as from fashionable apparel, bags, accessories, and other like hotel amenities as well.
Hotel, as in yung
Yes.
mga nanggaling sa mga hotel na
Yes.
hindi na nila ginagamit.
Yes. Discarded hotel bed
Discarded.
sheets.
Okay, let's go there muna, When do hotels discard their bed sheets, their textiles, basically? I mean, do they discard it? Magagamit pa naman nila for sure. But when do they discard it, and why do they discard it?
Yeah. Yes. Apparently, no, there's an ongoing, like supply chain, rules and regulations sa mga hotel na they have to change their sheets for around 6 to 9 months, and that's applicable to here in the Philippines, since also we're really into like tourism and we have a lot of hotels in here. So regardless of its quality or condition, they replace replace their bed sheets around 6 to 9 months, or around twice in 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's for the quality, Parang sa mga lang yun yung mga ibang restaurant na after a certain time, they already discard their food items, even though makakain pa siya. Magagamit pa siya, makakain pa siya. Pero because they want to display that level of of quality of that food, they need to discard it na. So dito naman sa hotels, I think may policy na yun nga, after 6 to 9 months, even though magagamit pa naman talaga siya technically, pero they have to discard it na due to their standards, due to their system, So yeah, then once they discard, what do you do with these textiles, with the second chance textiles?
So that's where we come in. We take them in, we collect them, we sort them, we clean them, we sanitize them. And from there, that's where my role comes in as the designer, the head designer of the brand, which is part of the design process. We take inspiration from what has been used and to create something new out of it. So we upcycle or repurpose those into new items such as like dresses, t-shirts, polo shirts, pants, shorts. So
Okay.
anything you can imagine under the sun, like that we can develop. Because technically it's like an unlimited supply for us, or like a source of inspiration, since it's our main medium in our enterprise, which is the fabric. And having 100% cotton fabric is just a playground for us to use.
So basically, Repamana is a fashion brand. Tama ba yun? Can we
Yes.
call it that way? A
A
fashion
circular
brand.
fashion
Circular fashion enterprise. Basically, you design and you actually create, the apparel,
Yes.
the dresses, all those clothes. And then, ang unique dito is, first of all, you have your own brand kasi you have your own parang style, right? And then, second, ang unique din dito is yung the supply that you use, the fabric that you use is from those na kumbaga yung diniscard na nga ng mga hotels, right?
Yes.
Siguro let's look at it in two ways. Siguro yung muna, sa hotels muna. So, for the hotels and for the circularity aspect of Repamana, ano ba yung parang talaga challenge dito? And gaano ba kagrabe yung parang yung effect or yung impact dahil lagi sila nagdi-discard ng mga textiles even if magagamit pa naman. So ano ba yung parang epekto niya sa environment? Siguro just to see the larger picture of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's somehow common knowledge, like the fashion industry in general, or even the textile industry. We're like the second largest pollutant in the world.
Hmm,
Like in generally, that's next after oil and
mm,
plastics. So basically, even it's really part of underlying cause and effects of the um high high costs of fast fashion,
fast fashion,
yeah,
yes,
ready to wear, whatever you call that. Even like what we're wearing right now, everyone is part of that same supply chain, and hindi lang yung garments or fabrics na nanggagaling sa fast fashion brands, but also there's also accountability from other establishments like with hospitality and tourism management like hotels, restaurants. So even they use like the tablecloths, the bed sheets, the placemats, the aprons. No, it really comes into play, and 'pag yun, it reaches its end of use, siyempre saan siya napupunta? Sa landfills. So, that's really like our biggest parang, why here or why we're doing this, is really to intervene those textiles going into landfills through repurposing them and extend its life use. Since it's
mm,
100% cotton, it is somehow biodegradable, and at the same time, it is really applicable to our climate or weather here in the
mm,
Philippines,
mm,
since we're a tropical country. So marami pa siyang uses after that. It's just that they discard it because hindi na siya umabot sa standard ng hotel. And at
mm,
the same time, if they keep those unused linens or bed sheets, it
mm,
will just cost them storage fees. So
hmm,
somehow they have to
hmm,
move it forward or dispose it somewhere else
hmm,
to make way for the new inventory of those upcoming bed
hmm.
sheets. So that's how the supply chain work
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
hotel and for us. So now you know.
Yeah. Oo,
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that, pero yun nga yung parang consequences din 'no, na in a fast-paced moving world, in
Mhm.
a capitalist system kumbaga
Yeah.
society, na these companies, of course, they have to profit 'to, they have to maximize
Mm,
their earnings. Medyo on the waste side, merong mga
mm,
they really have to discard things na, and then that creates some waste kumbaga in the
mhm,
larger sense of things na just goes to the landfills na
mhm,
actually puwede pa naman i-repurpose or i-recycle. Now you entered into that na you are the entity that repurposes or recycles
mhm,
these textiles into your design, into
mhm,
your brand. So, kumbaga kayo naman, in your design,
hmm,
what's the parang something new? Of course, hindi lang diyan new yung parang you use this ano, this
mhm,
recycled textiles ano. Of course, may new rin sa design ano, parang incorporated din yung circularity dun sa fashion ano.
mhm.
So, can you just explain a bit about that?
Yeah. So what we really have, kumbaga yung our own parang style or aesthetic,
Mm,
our own flair into incorporating these discarded or repurposed textiles, is we have our personal take on it, which is our signature kumot technique. So it's like a complex surface textile design that has um like, how would I explain, like a 3D structure. Now when you look at it, it's like a bark like texture, and it's really complex in a way na you wouldn't look at it as a bed sheet or like a
mm,
repurposed
mm,
textile. So that's how I would say we set ourselves different
mm,
from other sustainable fashion brands out
mm,
there. Like if you see on the go like our textiles or our apparel, like parang you'd know like this one is from Repaman or this one is
okey. So may
Repa.
unique ano rin kayo, may unique flavor kumbaga, may
Mhm.
unique
Yeah.
distinctive style. Pero ito sige, I have to ask sustainable brands
Mhm.
like you. Actually, I think you're the first sustainable fashion startup that I interviewed here. Parang hindi ba ano, parang wala bang effect sa tingin ng mga tao na, "Uy,
Mhm.
si Repamana ano, yung ginagamit niya na textile
Mm.
is recycled." Parang
Mm.
wala bang effect yun?
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly, since we've had several pop-up shows or like in trade fairs or in small mga sell-out pop-up stores, we we rarely get comments or inquiries or somehow parang nagshi-shift yung ano nila, yung perspective nila na parang it doesn't always go into questioning na, is this safe? Is this clean?
Mm.
Is this, is this okay? Gano'n. They're more on the creative side na parang
Mm.
how we tell our story kasi
Mm.
we're really strong on our narrative na
Mm.
this is how we get it, this is how we design it, this is the process.
Yes,
And confidently I can say when people see it like parang yung mga stigmas kumbaga of something that has been used or has been already parang discarded,
mm.
parang nawawala agad. Parang
Okey, okey.
everything
Mm.
is parang it resets
Oo.
their mind na parang, wow, so one way for me to support local brands is
Yes.
through buying
Oo.
repurposed or
Mm. Actually, ang nakatulong din diyan yung ukay-ukay culture kasi naging
actually
norm na sa'tin na ano,
mm,
to wear secondhand items. So,
yeah,
parang hindi na nagma-matter na hindi yan parang brand new or really
mm,
fresh ano, na basta ba i-sanitize mo na maayos even if
mm,
nanggaling yan sa kung saan mang
mm,
damit or kung saan
mm,
mang bedsheet, it's
yeah,
actually still wearable and it's still actually fashionable even,
mm,
right?
yeah.
Mm.
And we rarely get comments talaga na how we kumbaga advertise ourselves kasi we explicitly say talaga
Mm.
na this is from
Mm.
parang a discarded
Mm.
bedsheet from XYZ
Mm.
hotel,
Oh.
ganyan. And even like celebrities worn some of our
Oh,
pieces
oh,
and it it gives us that validation na
yes.
it's really possible na people to love or appreciate upcycled fashion. Yeah, as you said,
Yeah.
even in our generation, very rampant na yung mga thrifting,
Ah,
vintage clothing.
oo.
And it it evolves in a way na we're being more appreciative of having these parang personal mas intimate yung mga yung nga repurposed
Mm.
or vintage thrifted
Mm.
items lalo na to the younger audiences
Tsak
naging more accepting na siya,
yeah, tsaka it's a certain identity din, eh. Iba na ngayon 'pag ano sinabi mong you are wearing,
'di ba?
an upcycled
Mm,
fashion, eh, na parang it's ano pa nga, points pa even for mga artista, eh, 'di ba?
mm,
Parang ano pa yun, eh, plus points pa for their
'di ba?
reputation yun, eh. Parang it's a identity and kumbaga branding
Mm,
din ano. Pero siguro just to be clear lang ano ba yung process really? So, for example, meron kayong mga nakuhang discarded bedsheets ng isang
mhm.
hotel. So, can you just clarify 'no, sa mga nakikinig, paano niyo siya turn into your clothes kumbaga?
Yeah. For example, we have ongoing partnerships with some of the hotel chains currently here around in Manila, Metro
Mm.
Manila. So what we do, like, they contact us, tapos send us the bed sheets, then
They sell it to you or ano, or parang free?
no, free talaga.
Oh, wow.
Actually nga, like a fun fact, even this parang type of already exists around US or in Europe actually. Like we also found somehow similar patterns or
Mm.
business models in the Europe or like UK, London in general na yung hotels they're willing to pay more or mas willing pa sila mag-pay just for you to get rid of
Yes,
their
actually it's cheaper for
trash. Ay,
them. Cheaper pa yun kasi kung yung discarding process nila minsan may bayad pa
'di ba may
yung
bayad?
yeah,
Yeah.
oo.
So
Baka
parang quite
cheaper
the
pa if
opposite. So
kayo sa inyo
parang
na lang, eh, oo.
yeah, so if they send it to us, like logistics lang, lala-move niyo lang
Oo,
or
actually
ipa-grab niyo lang
it's
yung
win-win, win-win.
oo. So parang we take care kasi parang nagiging part din siya supply chain like nung customer pains ng hotels na, "Oh no, paano na 'tong bedsheets natin? How
Oo,
do we ano?" So
oo.
if they send it to us parang ano na sila, clearing their
True,
mind, clearing their
true,
space
oo.
as well. So technically we get them for free. Walang
Hmm.
we don't pay any costs. They also don't pay any costs. But somehow we're working on having partnerships as well na parang we're also wanting to propose yung mga buyback programs na for example, if they give us X amount of bed sheets, they could buy it from us from on a discounted rate
Oh,
or because that's what we wanted to circulate as well na kasi hindi naman lahat kaya namin i-convert into,
mm.
like dresses, shirts kasi
Hmm.
there are varying qualities din. Merong iba na for accessories na lang siya or for
Hmm.
bags. So, we come up of different ways as well na parang having different revenue streams, not just kasi Kasi as of the moment, we're having yung more on nasa premium price points, and for sure later on, eventually we'll want something to go for retail
Mm.
talaga na more, I would say, accessible
Mm.
for um parang extended consumer range
Mm.
or target audience.
Pero ayun 'no, actually first of all nga ano, in a business sense,
Mm.
win-win nga siya for the hotels kasi it can be cheaper pa kaysa i-discard nila kaysa i-dispose nila yung kanilang kasi they have to properly dispose that ano. So
Mm.
parang they just move it to you 'no, and then
Mm.
kayo basically cheaper or actually free, raw materials ano. Pero and then just to be clear lang din ano sa products ni Repamana.
Mm.
So ano ba yung mga ginagawa niyo, ano yung range ng mga products that you do and
Mm.
that you design. So para lang aware ang ating audience ano. So ano ba yung mga ginagawa and binebenta ninyo na products?
Mm. So mostly yung category talaga what we do as of the moment or right now is more on women's apparel,
Hmm.
but we also do custom-mades and bespoke. Pero it ranges from more on elevated loungewear to resort wear and
Hmm.
even to like full-length long
Mm.
gowns or like
Mm.
dresses.
Mm.
Yeah, we could do formal wears as
Hmm.
well.
So where do you sell them? Do you sell them
Mhm.
online primarily?
Mm. Yes, as of the moment, we're operating mostly online through Instagram, and sometimes kapag may trade shows or pop-up
Hmm.
fairs, we also try to join to sell physically
And I'm
in
curious
those
about the ano, yung
spaces.
pricing nito kasi
Mm.
I mean, it's kind of tricky, because you are
Mm.
a sustainable
Mm.
fashion brand. Alam ng mga tao mo na ano, mga buyers na
Mm.
yung materials mo ay kind of cheaper. I
Mhm.
mean, you sourced it cheaper
Mm.
ano. Pero at the same time, you still have that ano that creative spirit
Mhm.
incorporated in the design to the
Mm.
apparel. So, is it cheaper or parang more expensive than
Mm.
other alternatives?
Mm. Yeah, I guess to parang add or to have parang a bright light on this doesn't mean like we get everything for free or
Yes,
even the textiles. Siyempre, it's more honestly mas expensive if you ask yung other business models like that exist somehow as this. Eventually, that's why one of the struggles nung or in general, like even other brands, big companies, why they struggle to shift into like having corporate social
Mm.
responsibility regarding on textiles. It's because it's much more expensive to create sustainable repurposed products
Mm.
compared to sourcing raw materials raw materials from China, like in for example
Hmm.
from their
Mm.
suppliers. Kasi for example, like to give like how would I give this a like a big breakdown or a crash course for everyone's general knowledge. No, kasi when it's easier for the big companies, for example, like H&M or Uniqlo, okay lang mo magsabi
Yeah,
ng
go.
brands.
Yeah, go ahead.
H&M and Uniqlo, it's easier for them to purchase raw fabric kasi when they get that, they cut and sew, then sell. But when you get something that's already been repurposed,
Ah.
mas mahal siya kasi
Get.
okay, aside from logistics, kailangan mo linisan, sort
Gets.
mo, isa-sanitize
Okay,
mo,
true, true.
tapos
Mm.
yung iba kailangan mo pa i-disassemble. So yun,
Mm. True,
yung
true.
labor and manpower. So if you're thinking of it, mas reverse engineered kasi yung process. Kasi sanay
Oo.
tayo yung linear na, yun kasi
Oo.
yung sanay
Kasi yung
tayo.
kina-ano rin, yung kina H&M and Uniqlo, optimized yung supply chain yan, eh,
Oo,
that they
kasi,
already get the
oo, kasi,
ready raw
yes.
materials, eh.
Exactly, kasi kaya it's easier for them to sell in that way, in that manner.
True.
Kasi very linear yung ano. Okay, kunyari, if yung supply chain ng tela talaga kung let's start from textile. 'Pag nakuha nila yung cotton, gagawin nilang fiber. Pagdating fiber iwi-weave nila into fabric. Pagdating nung ano, ready na yun tapos puwede pa nilang kulayan. From
Mm.
there, ika-cut and sew. Pero compared to our business model, we we collect, we sanitize, we clean, disassemble, then that's where the ano. So there
Ah.
are additional steps and processes.
Okay.
So lahat ng, I guess, almost if not all, relatable yung other fashion brands na or yung nagsi-thrifting. That's why
Mm.
may nagko-comments or there are like conversations regarding, "Uy, bakit mas mahal yung vintage or parang or halos
Hmm,
kapresyo niya lang yung brand new."
mm.
So, in a way, yung comparison, that's why it doesn't translate well na, "Ay, sana bumili na lang ako ng brand new na ganitong item
Ay,
compared
okey.
if this kasi it's much more." Pero when you think of it in a supply chain level, it's
Yes.
much more expensive to buy something that has been or
Oo.
from a material na already been used and turn it into something new again.
Mm.
Kasi in a sense yung materiality or yung quality ng material, actually mas low quality nga yung napo-produce ngayon na clothing compared kaya maraming bumabalik sa thrifting kasi yung quality nung
Ah,
stitching or yung fiber
oh, oh.
composition, mas matibay siya. That's why kasi actually yung clothes hindi talaga siya natutunaw, it doesn't disintegrate until lalo na yung fibers na may nylon, polyester,
Oo.
like even if mawala tayo dito like 500 years yung polyester, alam mo yun, it doesn't disintegrate. So, that's why going back into our model na, if it's like 100% cotton, we could customize it, put textures, color on it, natural dyeing, customize it into your size. It
Ah,
makes it makes so much sense if in that case yung business model namin kasi we recirculate from what has been used to create, then if you just throw it away, it will biodegrade
mm.
itself since it's cotton.
Gets,
So
gets.
that's
Yeah.
parang a quick rundown of how really the actual fashion industry or the supply
Oo.
chain works
Yeah, thank you
for.
actually sa pag-share nung economics na yun actually
Mhm,
First of all, with the kasi parang the fast fashion brands ish, well, mas optimized yung process nila, pero at the same time yun nga baka less access na sa mga really quality and matitibay na
mhm,
processing ng mga damit And then ang nakikita ko dito na parang ang nangyayari na first of all, ang value is kaysa mapunta sa mga landfills 'no, yung
mm,
mga bedsheets, you're actually saving the landfills.
mm,
Ripamana is actually saving kumbaga reducing the waste na napupunta sa
mhm,
mga landfills na nakatambak lang dun at matagal bago ma-degrade or ma-recycle or whatever. And second, parang if I am a buyer, parang
mhm.
sige ako na yung sasalo nung pera, it's like a premium for saving the environment, right? And at the same
Yes.
time, with what you said nga, yung parang competition dito is that
Mm,
Ripamana as a sustainable fashion brand na somehow ma-e-ensure mo yung inner quality, nung material used, 'di ba?
mhm,
Na hindi siya itong mga damit na 'to, hindi minanufacture for fast fashion or
mhm.
for kasi fast fashion parang nga, suot mo isang beses, okey na.
'Di
I mean,
ba?
tsaka yung mga
Mm,
mabilisan talaga
mm,
pero with this parang it really becomes your clothes and your identity somehow.
mhm,
Sorry medyo ako personally, medyo kulang ang alam ko sa fashion. Kita naman 'di ba na medyo hindi ako, ma-fashion sense. Pero thank you for sharing, all of those And by the way, nakikita ko kasi dito yung office ninyo 'no? So
mm.
dito ginagawa yung mga tama ba
Yes,
sa
actually, yeah, the prototypes and the first samples really happens right over there.
hmm. So ayun 'no, at nandito tayo ngayon sa Benilde Hi-Fi TBI which also is a co-working space somehow
Mm,
and an office space for its
mm,
incubated startup. So yung mga, pilots, yung mga trials dito
yes,
mino-manufacture
the
pero
prototypes.
prototypes. Pero do you have
Mm.
like, a place where you really manufacture pa the clothes?
Yes, actually, the social enterprise aspect of Repamana is that we really initially started using manpower or labor force from PDLs or that's persons deprived
Hmm,
of liberty.
mga nakakulong,
Yes,
sorry.
yes, in yeah, so women in jail, correctional facility in Quezon City, Camp Karingal. So
Hmm.
initially during our first
Oh, wow.
stages, we pay them per item to produce the clothes tapos we upsell it or like put
Oh.
our branding on it. And that's we're trying to nurture yung labor force namin. Hindi lang din kami basta-basta like nagpapatayo somewhere. We
Mm.
also target yung vulnerable communities or targeted
Hmm.
communities as well. So mostly on like hitting like gender equalities, like for women in livelihood or vulnerable communities.
Oh, giving livelihood nga rin
Mm.
to people, ano. Pasok na pasok actually sa Binild Hi-Fi kasi si Binild
Mm.
Hi-Fi is for social innovation and inclusion. So, social innovation, pasok na pasok si circular economy dun, the act of sustaining waste textiles, upcycling, or how do you call it? Is it upcycling or recycling?
Upcycling kasi
Upcycling.
yeah, we increase its value
Okay.
from what has
Oh,
been.
okay. So, upcycling discarded bed sheets, linens, and then even yung people that work in to manufacture these products is somehow mas nabibigyan sila ng inclusion sa society.
Mhm,
They were deprived of liberty, but you still give them access to livelihoods, right?
mhm.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
So, ayun, let's go naman sa stories ni Ripamana and maybe know a bit of your background. So, yeah, can we know a bit of your background?
Yes.
And paano nga ba nagsimula si Ripamana?
Yeah. So everything generally really, I guess, started from me because I graduated last 2023 in my undergraduate degree in AB Fashion Design and Merchandising. So technically, this social enterprise is my brainchild during my thesis here in college.
As in this was your like the thesis. As
Yes,
in,
this
oh
was
wow.
my thesis. Like
Ripamana na ba yung name niya? Or
hindi it was the parang final title of my collection.
ah,
Yeah, parang it was my grad kasi for us to be able to parang finish our degree or undergrad, we have to present a 5 look collection that represents anything that you want really like. Pero based on that, you have parang to have an hypothesis or like you have to do actual research. But the final judgment of your output would be in translation to the garments or of the garments. So it really started there, like, but the concept really started because I created my whole thesis collection during the pandemic when I was at home. Yes. So my whole thesis journey was like online schooling. So yung batch namin, we graduated. I mean, we graduated physical na, pero all throughout yung college, ano namin,
oh.
is
Even a freshman year? Nung,
we had a little bit of
okay.
face-to-face, parang mga 1.5 term. Then after that, parang isang iglap na lang pag gising ko, graduate na ako. Ganun.
Okay.
So parang ganun siya, na parang the pandemic really helped, parang, yun nga, gave me like a radical shift of perspective of what I really wanted to do. Kasi during the pandemic, na I, parang, I really question na parang, what's parang the purpose of me taking this course na parang while everyone is at home wearing face masks, 'di ba? Parang you seek to find relevance in what we do na parang may purpose pa ba to or where is this headed? Where this is headed through. So it really became a reflection of my mental health, like creativity and process throughout that na what I wanted to do talaga with with my skills, with my talents, and with all of this na parang, okay, how would I translate parang my thoughts, like caring for the environment, caring for people, caring for the planet na into clothes. And I guess that's the whole general hypothesis of how Ripamana came to be. Now, after graduation, that's where it all started. I met some of my co-founders, si Ali, also si Earl that does the branding and marketing. They also became co-founders. Kasi I believe without the fragments of those na, because I don't believe it's a parang one-man team or one-man responsibility. I can't do everything on my own. I just have parang my sketchbook, my designs, parang in all in one go. But syempre, in a business or enterprise business perspective, we have to do the marketing, the branding, the production, and also that entails talking with suppliers, PR as well. So that's how Rapamana came to be.
How did you meet those co-founders? And parang ano ba, parang after graduation, you really wanted to build Ripamana pa? Parang talaga
Mhm.
naghanap ka ng mga teammates, ng mga parang you already had the thought na you will be an entrepreneur, kumbaga.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, it was really, I would say, unexpected in a sense na I didn't, for sure, of course, I wanted to build my brand, like, going to fashion school or taking this course. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, okay, I wanna design clothes, I wanna sell clothes. Pero I didn't know what costs it, I mean, parang yung it entails na parang, oh no, kailangan ko pala isipin na, yun nga, there's a business side to it. Like mine was all the
Okay, gets.
creativity, the, na, I didn't really know how to sell
I
or,
gets.
or it didn't click in pa na parang I was an entrepreneur or I was a business person when when I started doing it. Kasi what I was really passionate about was just creating clothes out of white bed sheets. Yun lang. Kasi it was just really parang a fantasy of mine na parang gusto ko lang lahat is everything white or creating bed sheets, draping. Like even at an early age na parang I've always parang have affinity with textiles na parang dinadrape ko na siya or pinaglalaroan ko na siya. And going back to your question, it's sort of, I think, hindi ako naghanap. More on parang they found me na, kasi they were also my friends and now naging colleagues ko na sila. Na parang, to the point, I realized na right after I graduated, kasi it wasn't really my plan, na parang, eventually, I wanted to take a conventional path sana na parang, I wanted to gain more experience or maybe go
As in work with another,
corporate
okay.
or other designer na parang, kasi that's how it usually goes na parang, you
Yeah,
get experience first, internships, ganon. Pero as I navigating through, na parang I realized while I was finishing my college na parang, these people, like, hindi lang yung co-founders ko, pero a lot of people badly parang wants this to happen. Like even yung first show namin puros donation lahat, like yung makeup artists, models, friends ko yung models, tapos even yung production design, like everything was in a form of donation na parang that's when that's that's when I realized it really hit me big time na parang parang gets ka na parang this is somehow parang my purpose or calling na I I I I would want to make this happen because people around me are supporting me or wants this happen. Like even my mom, my family supports me in this ano. So sabi ko, what should be stopping me na not to pursue this if the people around me are really supportive. So that's when it clicked in. Then after na nagkasunod-sunod, we joined different incubation programs. And nananalo din naman kami. Like, it's really started mga fashion competitions, yung mga sustainable competitions. Like, nananalo kami. Tapos we use those funding to parang just to get, alam mo yun, ahead of us na parang produce the next pieces for the next pop-up, for the next ano. Then, doon na din pumapasok yung media, fashion media, like yung magazines, PR. So parang everything parang fell in one place na, okay, so we're slowly getting the validation of people helping us, trying to make this happen. So parang it really fueled the enterprise to kept going and going and going. And up till now, So we're currently parang we just turned 1 year. Yeah, we just turned 1 year, and to be honest, we're still figuring everything out.
As a
Pero
startup,
as a
yeah.
startup, as we always do.
Yeah, pero ang galing 'no kasi
Mm.
primarily you're a social enterprise
Mhm.
na aside from the enterprise aspect, na-push ka and na-push kayo because of the mission really, because of the
Mhm.
drive to move towards a
Yeah.
circular
Mhm.
economy, right? Parang the sustainability, the sustainable fashion, yun talaga
Mhm.
nagda-drive sa inyo. And ang galing nga dito, kasi, sa mga iba ko na interview, it's either they're driven by money, of course, by the need
Mhm.
to get income. Meron din mga na-drive na parang may passion for that
Mhm.
art, may passion for that specific niche.
Mhm.
Yung sa'yo, of course, sa Ripamana, meron din naman talagang passion for fashion. Pero
Mm.
nakikita ko rin is ang nag-move sa inyo is yung larger
Mm.
sustainability aspect
Mhm.
nito 'no, na kumbaga nangyayari siya, and may chance na ma-advocate mo siya, 'di ba, towards
Mhm.
this. So, naging avenue rin, naging machine kumbaga, naging
Mhm.
makinarya si Ripamana as a social enterprise
Mhm.
towards that larger
Mhm.
goal pa, that larger objective. Speaking of the enterprise aspect, so now andito tayo ngayon sa Binid Hi-Fi kasi si Ripamana
Yeah.
ay incubated ni Binid Hi-Fi. So, paano naman kayo napunta kay Binid Hi-Fi and, kamusta? Kamusta ano
Mhm.
yung parang benefits kumbaga na pag-join niyo dito?
Mhm. So kasi, paano ba? Yeah, after kasi it was an event after we came from Indonesia. Now we had a pitching competition there in Indonesia. When we went home here, my co-founder Ali parang email Build Hi-Fi, parang we're looking into opportunities na parang how they could help us kasi they're really parang empowering Binildians. Kasi Binildians din yung co-founders ko na and from the same program as well na parang how they can help us. And with that, parang with that one email, we just visited here. Then we fell in love with the place, literally. Until na nandito
Last
pa
year lang
kami.
'yan, 2023 or
2020, yes,
2023?
2023.
Yeah,
2023. So from there, yun nga, we fell in love with the place. Andito pa din kami hanggang ngayon. And they helped us provide yung network, mentorships, and the same time the space that we really need.
yeah.
Since yun nga, we don't have a space of our own yet.
So ito yung parang office space niyo rin, right?
Office space.
And then also on the enterprise aspect so kumbaga ang supplies niyo is
Mhm.
nanggagaling sa mga hotels, and then yung
Mhm.
customers niyo is yung mga end consumers basically ng mga
Mhm.
damit 'no. So the suppliers first, the hotels, how do you get the hotels? How do you get them to work with you? And how do you find
Mhm.
those hotels that are willing to ibigay sa inyo yung mga
Mm.
bedsheets and mga iba na lang kagamitan?
Actually, one funny parang story that really happened. Kasi we weren't really sure if parang do hotels really parang gaano ba
Ah,
parang at first somehow we were kind of bluffing na kasi of course when we do pitches parang we have to be like ano mo yun, assertive or parang we
mm.
should be like 100% sure na parang this is happening, like this is like a
Ah,
big problem. Kasi pinattern lang namin siya or we got a reference like from UK or like US. Pero eventually parang yung light bulb idea, it's growing and it's getting brighter and brighter. Yung na-realize namin na yung hotels pala mismo, it's becoming part of their ESG or like
yes.
their environmental social
Oo.
governance na they're also being liable. Parang bigger corporation companies now are parang being demanded to put something out there. And that's one of parang music to our ears na doon naman na-realize na parang
Yeah.
needed talaga kami. Kasi for reference as well, kami pa lang ata yung pinakaunang din and only fashion brand that really focuses on these type of textiles, yung hotel, bed
Yeah.
sheets. Wala pang yung iba marami siguro more on dead stock. Iba din kasi yun yung
Oo.
mga from dead stock from factories or yung mga
Oo.
post-consumer textiles na parang kumbaga na siya, mga reject na din na hindi na ginagamit, yung mga vintage na tela. Pero for the bed sheets, we're most likely the first one to do it. And through that, mostly yung hotels talagang lumapit na sa amin na parang they really have this community, we have these sheets now, ano yung pwede niyong gawin to make this happen. So technically, parang nagiging ease of flow na din siya for us na parang kasi yung next na namin, kasi initially we got with the help of Binild and yung program and yung dean namin from our program in Binild to get our first parang around 250 kilos of bed sheets na until now we still meron pa kaming supply, pero yung the next one parang yun na yung medyo unsure kami, pero ngayon yun nga may hotels na nag-approach na they're holding, I cannot disclose anything yet, still in partnership, pero they're holding around 10 hotel chains and that's with different branches nationwide. So parang doon kami parang medyo ginanahan na people really needed our solution, or parang these hotels or companies exist and need us.
Ang sakto din sa timing na ayun nga kasi some big hotel chains are being required na rin somehow. Or parang na-push na rin talaga towards ESG towards sustainability kumbaga na, and kayo since andito na kayo na rin yung naging sagot kumbaga sa problema nila na kayo na yung swak dun sa parang larger sustainability mechanism ng supply chain ng hotel bed sheets. Doon naman sa mga end consumers so how do you find more people to buy, to abangan yung mga designs ninyo, so how do you grow kumbaga your audience, your market?
Syempre definitely through social media platforms talaga, and we meet those clients through yung physical pop-up shows namin na who's always, lalo na dito, medyo malaki yung fashion scene in terms of yung mga independent fashion designer or mga fashion enthusiasts here in Metro Manila na they tend to lean on buying to local or independent brands because yung idea nila is parang they wanted to see something fresh or new every time, not just with the parang innovation or material, but at the same time yung limitedness or parang yung small quantities or exclusiveness nung items kumbaga na parang they feel special when they purchase that. Yun din yung patterns na napansin namin yung mga bumibili na clients. Sometimes they don't ask about the price. Parang when they see, parang binibili nila agad.
Parang rin siya, identity na nga rin siya. And parang for example, may event, let's say may gala, or may wedding, and they want it to somehow have that theme. So kayo na kagad ang unang lalapitan for all the design.
Yeah, yun din nga. For example, given, parang we had a custom client last December kasi yung theme ng Christmas party nila, parang retro, parang upcycled glam. So retro 70s, ganun. So parang kami agad yung parang first top of mind na parang yun, we created something out of a bed sheet tapos kinulayan namin.
That's nice.
So yeah, so everything parang comes hand in hand, like not just like big companies, corporations, or like the larger community, but also the government as well. Na parang yung policies din talaga that really involves yung stakeholders na comes in hand na. So part din talaga yung government in terms of creating those policies that incentivizes everyone, like not just the consumer but also yung mga nagbebenta or mga business owners.
Actually, swerte nga rin na yun nga the government is also pushing. Actually, the larger society is pushing for sustainability efforts and ngayon napuput into place na yung role nyo sa makinaryang para mapagana talaga yung buong yung mas ma-push pa or kumbaga kayo yung operator implementer ng sustainability sa linyahan ng bedsheets and turning that, upcycling that into designer brands, designer clothes, right? Ayun. I like that.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
And kanina sabi sa akin when I interviewed Sir Paul Paho about Build Hi-Fi, parang ang mata din dito when you get incubated is yung vision or parang the farther, grander picture that you see for the company, for the startup. So for Repamana, ano nga ba yung parang vision talaga? Aside from, of course, you're working towards circular economy, pero ano ba yung parang, kumbaga, how do you see Repamana as a brand, as a social enterprise in maybe 5 years? Parang do you see being a mainstream brand? Do you see maybe designing for mainstream artists, mga tipong ABS-CBN star, star that ball, no? That ball, kayo, Star Magic Ball, kayo na yung nagde-design, parang ganung level of designer. So what do you see?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, even without the clothing or the branding of Ripamana, it really started with my core na seeing the vision of what I wanted to create to begin with. Na parang in the future, I really want parang for people to feel or having that perspective na them wearing something upcycled is something kaingitan mo or like it should be normalized na yeah, we want to be in that level na parang when you wear something that is repurposed or upcycled na parang it becomes normal. Parang it's like the new normal for them. Na, di ba ngayon pa kasi parang medyo opposite before na parang if you buy something from Ukay or something ganun. So parang kung something if we play it in reverse na feeling mo you're having that fear of missing out when you're not wearing something that is upcycled. So that's eventually what we wanted to parang embark or embed in the next generation na manonormalize na yung wearing of something repurposed of upcycled clothing. Na even like kasi yung goal talaga namin is having the parang wide range even from pambahay to something casual to even to actually we have like bridal ano talaga, we have bridal weddings like brides that really gown na gawa sa bed sheets na which was really quite surprising na we're kind of leaning to the bespoke and surprising din siya na a lot of brides wanted us to create something for them on their special day na made out of repurposed bed sheets. Diba? Parang somehow parang hard to comprehend pero we're seeing a future of that na gowns made out of bed sheets.
Yes, that can happen. And actually that's I think it's very near na kasi yun nga dati ang damit basically para lang may masuot ka basically. I mean ang role ng damit is para may damit
to protect.
ka. And then nung dumating actually yung mga ukay-ukay, it also somehow became an identity na parang street smart ka kung ukay ang suot mo, diba? Na parang may ganung aspect dun eh. And then nung dumating yung, ayun nga sila, H&M and Uniqlo, parang somehow cheap sila no? Cheaper pero parang fashionable at least presentable, no? So, nagkaroon din ng ganung aspect. And now, since ang mundo nga ay papunta na sa sustainable looking, sustainable perspective, kumbaga yun na yung mata rin ng mga, hindi na mga tao, yung mga companies, diba? Corporations even. So it can also be an identity if you're wearing an upcycled cloth or an upcycled, kumbaga, apparel. Alam mo, for some reason, ang naisip ko na parang pwede mangyari din dito, if a mainstream artist supports you, alam mo, isa sa mga naisip ko, I think okay lang mag-share ng pangalan ng mga artista. Kunyari sila Nadine Lustre, yung mga ganyan. Diba? Kasi yun yung parang very aligned and very parang somehow yung mga ibang artista, they have this advocacies towards sustainability din. And you can actually be supported by them. Imagine if suotin lang nila yung damit mo, damit ng Ripamana, I mean, designed by you. That's boom. Really.
Yeah. It really comes with ano din yung influence. I would say malaki yung nga with the rise of yung micro-influencing
yes,
or yung influencers. It really comes into play. That's where like the marketing and like the PR goes into hand to hand. it comes hand in hand into this. That's why yun nga, super important hindi lang yung mission, yung vision, but yung also yung core talaga, yung truthful for us or for the brand na how we would wanna see people this na parang we don't believe like we're just a trend or like we're just here to ride yung sustainability trend pero parang we're here for like a marathon, like a longer run.
Actually, dyan din nagkakatalo kasi meron nga mga sumasabay lang sa trend. Pero kayo actually ay ano na kayo eh.
Diba?
Kumbaga,
More on timeless din kasi yung direction namin towards like branding. Hindi kami sumasabay yung usual kapag kasi usually yung schedule ng fashion weeks or like ang bilis kasi ng turnover din ng ibang designs or ano. So that's why we make sure every time we design na parang even if you look at it like 1 to 2 years from now, you would still want to wear it or it still ano yan, makes sense. Or,
yeah, so ang galing no, nasa core din talaga ng Ripamana. Actually, kumbaga ang ganda ng pinaka-core ni Ripamana as a fashion brand and as a startup and as a social enterprise. Ayun. So, maraming salamat ulit, Dars, for this conversation. I think actually na-traverse natin yung buong ano, no? First of all, na-discuss natin yung kumbaga we had a crash course about the economics of the supply chains of fashion. And na-traverse natin yung parang meaning talaga ng upcycling and circular economy. I think medyo na-tackle natin yung iba't ibang perspectives eh. Somehow the negative, the positive, and all ways on how you can look at sustainable fashion. But thank you so much for sharing all of this. If our listeners want to know more about Ripamana or about you, how can they connect with you? Maybe you can lead them to the website or social media channels. Yeah.
So yes. So actually we're Ripamana, REPAMANA on all social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn.
Ayun. And I'll put those links sa description. So if you want to connect with Ripamana, so feel free to connect. And thank you again so much.
Thank you, then Sir John. Thanks for having us.
And thank you sa mga nakinig. Salamat. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much to our 56 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex Page Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner. Early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Cloud CFO, tech-forward cloud-based accounting service provider for businesses. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body BTs, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. School Tech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britanna, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DVCo Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeCham, Jur.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle PH, Pahatid PH, Pareto Consulting, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the link in the description.